Welcome to another episode, everyone. Papoose says he knocked the individual out that slept with his wife. Rapper Papoose married to rapper Remy Ma. He says that the battle rapper who slept with Remy Ma, he knocked him out. This is breaking news. Who knew this? This was not public knowledge. Papoose claims he knocked this man out. Him, Papoose, and Remy Ma are in the process of a divorce right now over her cheating on him with this battle rapper individual. Let's get into it.
Well, let's talk about the background with you and Clarissa. And I kind of have to go a little bit before then just to kind of tell the whole story. Now, I understand you're going through a divorce right now, so I'm going to be very careful in how I state these questions. But I kind of want to just give some general background, because when me and you were doing interviews once Vlad TV already launched, Remy was locked up. And were you guys already married at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, so you married her before she got locked up, and you were visiting her in prison. And we even talked about how rare that was in a women's prison. How it was like you and like one other guy would be the only guy showing up in these women's prisons, right? But you literally held her down the whole time. You guys got out. You guys, reestablished the relationship. You had a beautiful baby, and everything was going fine until it wasn't. And according to reports, right around 2022 is when you guys kind of stopped sharing the same bedroom and things started to kind of go left. Is that relatively accurate?
I can't say the exact date as to when, things went left, but I would say it's safe to say, around that time, you know what I mean? Things went left. I can't just say exactly when, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, was there one thing in the relationship, in the marriage, that made both of you say, I just don't think this is gonna work?
Nah, it wasn't. It really wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, and like I always say, I have nothing bad to say about her. Like you said, I'm going through a situation right now. We are handling it. We are handling the divorce.
Well, he has nothing to say bad about her because he's a stand-up individual, apparently. I don't know him, but many people will certainly be dragging her name through the mud, particularly because Remy Ma has been making posts about him. She made posts, her and his new girl, Clarissa Shields, have gotten into it. She called herself counseling Clarissa Shields on Papoose, saying you shouldn't mess with him. He has no money, this and that. So she's been dragging him through the mud, Papoose, after she cheated on him. So he's here saying, well, I have nothing bad to say about her. After she cheated on him with a battle rapper who he says he knocked out. And after she made different posts about him, making his life hard and miserable, irritating him, contacting his new girlfriend, trying to influence her to leave him, encourage her to leave him, etc. And the only thing he can say is, well, I have nothing bad to say about it. Clearly, he's a stand-up individual. Because I probably have been and called her all kinds of names. Cheater.
So it's not much I can really get into about that. But what I will say is that, y'all as fans, like you said, me and you did an interview, and we spoke about it. We spoke about, what I was dealing with, visiting her through her bed, the whole situation, right? Yeah, you know what it is? The men don't stick by the woman when they go to prison. That's the only reason why people feel like it's so rare. When I go to Rikers Island, visit my homies on the visiting floor, it's full of females with little kids. It's packed. When I go upstate to visit Rem, the visiting floor is deserted. There's nobody even visiting them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why it's rare, because dudes don't support them. You always hear dudes complaining, yo, when you get locked up, fuck a bitch. A bitch don't hold you down. But it's a penitentiary full of women, and nobody do nothing for them. We spoke about that, so you can't.
Well, that's absolutely true, of course. And there are some men in prison who the women do nothing for as well. But Papoose was holding Remy Ma down, going to visit her on a regular basis. They were married, as he just alluded to, before she went to prison. So she was able to receive conjugal visits. And he would go there and be with her for days on end, days at a time when they were allowed conjugal visits. He kept money on her books. He wrote her letters. And he went and visited her regularly, weekly, for years. I believe Remy Ma had did about 8 years in prison. He stayed all the way down for this lady, respected his wife, and probably really was out here and didn't cheat on her, even though he was out for 8 years and she was locked up. I get the feeling this man ain't touched another woman the whole time. And how did she repay him for his fealty? For his loyalty? She cheated. He got out, they had a baby, and then she cheated. And as he said, like, there was nothing that really caused the divorce other than her cheating, but there's nothing that caused her to cheat. Everything was going along fine. I was treating her right. I was respecting her. I was the same I was doing when she was locked up. And she cheated with some other square. You can't trust them. You better know it.
Seen it unfold right in front of your eyes. Like our life has been an open book. And, you know, what you seen transpire is what transpired. You know, sometimes, you know, when it hit the fan, you know, it has to be made to seem like it's more than that, but it's really not, bro. Unfortunately.
Well, relationships are hard, man. Marriages are hard. Having kids is hard. And then, you know, you're talking about kids from other relationships as well, mixed in. So you got kind of a blended family. Yeah, man, it's hard, especially there's a spotlight because you guys are public figures. That makes it even more hard. I get it.
But family is everything, man. I you know, I'm a strong, powerful advocate of that, man. Family is everything. Family first. And you know, yeah, like I said, I got nothing bad to say about her, man. No comment on you know, as far as she's concerned.
Well, then in 2023, going into 2024, there was the whole situation where the battle rapper, Easy the Block Captain, seemed like they had some sort of relationship with Remy. They kind of made it public and so forth. Was it kind of weird still being married to Remy while she's publicly dating someone else?
Well, you know, like I said, you know what I mean, without, you know, getting into details about her, you know, son got knocked out, you know what I mean? Son got knocked out, straight up. And it went from there. I will say that. You know, I'm not gonna get into, like I said, I don't really wanna get into it about her, man. I wish her the best, and I got nothing negative to say about her. I will say, you know, which I did say, I said it publicly before, which was, you know, I didn't knock him out because of what he did. I knocked him out because he shook my hand and then did what he did. You know?
Wow. Okay, he said he did say it publicly before. I didn't see it. Better go check that out. There you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Rapper Papoose, famous, respectable individual, says that he knocked that man out, and he just explained why. He said because he shook his hand and then slept with his wife. Shook his hand and then slept with his wife. Yeah, that's the ultimate betrayal. Nevertheless, your wife is the one who really betrayed you. She's the one who has a commitment to you, towards you, for you, supposedly, allegedly. She took a vow, not that individual, not that man. He's wrong. He's scandalous. He's a low-down crook. Nevertheless, he really owes you no loyalty, but she did because you were married to her and you were loyal to her while she was locked up during her darkest hour. You supported her financially and emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. And the thanks you got was her getting out and sleeping with a man who shook hands with you. Yes, he was wrong, but how wrong was she knowing that you knew this individual, that y'all were cool enough to shake hands. So you know this man to some degree, and your wife knows that you know him, and she still bent it over, still dropped to her knees like ebony eyes. No, she's bad. She's wrong. She's the one. She needs criticism, but shout out to him for not criticizing her. There you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Rapper Papoose, bam, knocked the dude out. He slept, son. Put him to bed for sleeping with his wife. And now they're about to get a divorce. He's clearly moved on because he's been with Clarissa Shields for some time now. There's something happened with that I don't know of, but they've been together since essentially the breakup with Remy Ma. Been together for a minute. I don't know. He seems to be a stand-up dude. He won't even say a bad word about that woman. She got it in with another individual. Shout out to him. Better man than me. Stay safe and stay free, people.